at the time? Where does it go? So much to craft, so much to sew. Time is ticking, there's a buzz in the air. Need to get ready, no time to spare.
Good morning, gifted crafters. It's crafting time.
Today is going to be that day. Gonna have things go my way. Embroidery fashion that sells. Using all my knowledge, I will excel. Stitch by stitch, let color shine bright. Turning a blank canvas into art feels right. Time is flying by and this is my art. With embroidery machines, I'm doing my part. I search the web for a magical design. Looking high and low as I sip on my wine. Metallic thread, watch it shimmer and shine. I transform my blanks into a one-of-a-kind. Stitch by stitch, let color shine bright. Turning a blank canvas into art feels right. Time is flying by and this is my art. With embroidery machines, I'm doing my...
Live from the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida, here is the Gifted Crafters Morning Show with Nancy.
Good time. Ooh, time to get our craft on. Ooh, time to have fun. Ooh, time to feel good.
Good morning, Gifted Crafters, and welcome back to the Gifted Crafters Morning Show. Good morning out there. It is a Tuesday today, and we are just kind of getting through the grind, going through the week, and hopefully it will be a great one. These holidays are coming around the corner soon. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Nancy with GiftsHQ, and this is the channel where we just do anything crafting and we have fun doing it. So let's see who we have out there. Good morning to Bettina Fink. Good morning to Nancy and Maureen. Robin's Quilt Basket, good morning to you. Lisa Lilly from Richmond, Illinois. Good morning, Doris. Good morning. Our friends from Canada are here with us today. Good morning. We've got Cindy Ball. We've got Melissa Hutchkins from East Texas. We've got Michelle. Good morning. Faker McFake is here with us today. Good morning, JBL. Good morning to you. Oh yeah, that four-letter word, work. Yeah, that does happen, Sherry, no worries. Yeah, that thing that you have to rush off to every day. Yeah, I feel ya. Know what you mean. Oh gosh, Robin's Quilt Basket says it's 18 degrees in Maryland. Oh, ouch. And it's 20 degrees in Lake Ridge, Virginia, says Leslie B. from Jaws Mom. Good morning. Gosh, stay warm, guys. You're giving me chills again. You know, I'm going to have to start wearing a little hat and a scarf in the mornings with you guys. You make me cold. Oh, my goodness. Okay, from Tennessee, we got Keisha. Good morning, Deborah. We've got Linda. Good morning from Northern Michigan. 15 degrees and 5 inches of snow on the way. Ouch. Okay, we've got Heather. Yeah, today's the happy 4th anniversary of the Gifted Crafters group. Yeah, that came up on my Facebook page this morning, so I did send that out. I hope you guys enjoy that. Yeah, 4 years. Can you believe that? It's been 4 years. Gosh, it doesn't even feel like that. But time flies. Yeah. Well, that's been a lot of fun. And I thank you guys for really, you know, having all of your support and sharing all your projects with me, because it's a lot of fun to see what other people are doing, how you use different fabrics and different projects that you're working on. So thanks for sharing all that information. And it's just a lot of fun with you guys. So thank you again. Okay, we've got Georgette from Knoxville, Tennessee. Good morning, Michelle from Independence, Missouri. Let's see, Boricua Sewing and Crafts. Oh gosh, that's my sister. She says it's super cold here. It's always nice and warm down here. You can always come down. Just hop in the car.
Temperature is 74 degrees.
Yeah, we're about, actually today's a little bit cooler. We're about 74 degrees today. So a little chilly for us. And it's going to be a little dreary, kind of cloudy kind of day. Yeah, well, okay, but that's okay. It was pretty hot and humid yesterday. So, all right. Yeah, happy anniversary. Congrats. Thanks, Lisa. That was awesome. Okay, let's see. Jenny Owens, good morning.
That's Wonder Woman right there.
Wonder Woman. Yeah, Mr. H says Wonder Woman every time I say your name. Let's see, Marjorie, good morning. And I think I got everyone. I'm not sure if I did miss you. I'm sorry. Let's head on over to our toast because we've got a lot to cover today. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my drink. You don't want to look at it. It's ice cold water. Yeah, sorry guys. Don't worry. Mr. H has his hot coffee because I made him his hot coffee this morning. I'm not there yet. I make his hot coffee first, grab my water. When I'm done my water, then I will make my coffee because, you know, I'm a Dunkin' Donuts kind of gal, like French vanilla. That's the one that I make. He makes other stuff, weird stuff. No, not for me. Good morning, Chris Quick. Good morning, Barbara from Ohio. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to raise your glasses for whatever it is that you have in the morning. Yeah, let's toast to the 4 years to our Gifted Crafters Facebook group. And yes, good health. We will definitely do that. If you don't have a cup, let's pour them a cup because there's some people that don't have some cups. They're still in their beds because it's too cold to get out. Yeah, it feels like 13 degrees over there. All right, yeah. All right, raise them nice and high and cheers, everyone. Stay nice and warm and toasty, okay? And get some crafting done. Let me grab a little swivel here. Oh, that feels really good. Yeah. Have to wait for the ice to melt because I almost drank the whole thing. Okay. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. Yes, it wakes you up in the morning, right? Awesome. Okay. Good morning. Yeah, everyone. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Yay. Hope you're having your nice hot coffee. Now let's go grab ourselves some snacks.
You don't like my flowers?
Oh, that's right. We have some flowers today. Yay. I don't know. The flowers look amazing.
The flowers look amazing.
Oh, thank you, Heather. Yes, Mr. H made my little poinsettia of these little flowers around me. Yay. All right, let's go grab some snacks, shall we? Because, you know, I'm a little hungry today. So we're going to roll that out. Guys, go ahead and grab all your snacks. Nice virtual. You know, try to be a little bit healthy because, you know, in the holidays, we're a little bit bad. And that's coming pretty soon. So got to watch your figures, ladies. So let's try to be good and get something healthy. But, you know, if you're having a tough day, it's okay. Just grab whatever you want. Let's go ahead and roll out that cart. And we're going to do our little walk today over to our little food cart. And you can grab anything that you want. It's all in the cart. I'm going to go for something healthy. You know, I may go for one of those green shakes. Maybe we'll do that in the morning. No, don't roll out that donut. You know I'm trying to be good and you're rolling out donuts. What is wrong with you? Mr. H, I don't know. Save Mr. H. I guess, right? Okay, yeah, we've even got our little snowman. Okay, let's just kind of move on. Enough with all these shenanigans. We've got a lot of work to do because we didn't get to finish yesterday. I want to finish today. we were working on the little coaster project, right? This is Embroidery Library's design, and you can make all kinds of different coasters, and they've got the cute little snowman, and they've got all different types of birds that you can make with different colors and different types. So this one has a nice little cardinal sitting on his nose, and then the back side has a nice little coaster, or you can use this as an ornament, little hot pad, little decorations, or you, like we talked about, you don't have to stitch out the circle. You can just use the design, maybe have it coming out of a pocket on a t-shirt, or maybe on a little blanket, or, you know, some kind of an edge thing. You can do it up like on a top corner somewhere and have it kind of peeking out. Wouldn't that be cute, right? You could do that. So tons and tons of stuff there. So we were in the middle of our stitch out. I have left the machine exactly where we left off yesterday. All I did was snip off the jump stitch so we can just get started on the next thread. So let's see, it's got 1 more minute on this same thread color, and I think I'm going to hit the button and let it stitch that piece out. Let me see here. Yeah, we're still on the same thread color. I'm going to go ahead and hit that button, let it finish that one off, and then we'll have to change the thread. So let that run in the background. And remember, we did use the little templates because the design came with some templates that you had to cut out the fabric with. And so there's 2 different sizes that are available on the design. This is the larger size, and so I did that. But remember, we were talking about the back side here and how I wasn't too happy that I could see some of my threads in the back. I decided this morning, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of batting, and I'm going to cut it about that size, maybe a little bit smaller, so it'll fit inside. And when I put the back fabric on, I'm going to put the back fabric with the batting. I think that's going to be a little bit better, and I won't see the threads, and it'll be a little bit squishy, but we'll see how it comes out. So I decided I want to do that this morning. So I do have to cut the batting out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But let's go ahead and change the color on the thread here. Let's see, I'm sewing some quilts for my grandson who are in college. Oh, wow. I'm sure they're going to appreciate that, especially if they're in a cold area. They're going to love it. That's awesome. Well, let us know what colors you picked. Are they like the school colors? Are they in sports? Or is it just a quilt that design that you go? I'd love to see what it looks like, Michelle. That's awesome. Okay, let me go over to the back here and switch out the threads here. So we're switching it out, and it's a very short, it's a very short stitch out for the next colors. They're only about a minute long. So we will definitely finish this today. Let me just grab my, wrong scissors. Grab my scissors here so I can cut the thread. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to change the threads here, tie the little knot, and then I can raise my presser foot, pull out my old thread, and here comes the new one. And then I can go ahead and change that out. Okay, so let's let it stitch that piece out. My little garbage can disappeared. Oh, there it is. Hold on, guys. Let me just grab my little garbage can. Otherwise, I'll have threads all over the place. See, it was that quick. So now we have to change it out one more time here. So it was just a little eye that it was stitching out here. Has a little tint of blue in it. But it's going to finish out the stitch with a dark color. And so one thing you have to remember on this particular design is when you get to the last 2 stitch outs that the design will do, you want to change your bobbin, because you don't want your white bobbin thread to come out on the back side of the coaster. Now, if you are maybe putting this on a shirt, or maybe you're putting this on something where you won't see the back side because you're gonna just put it on something like right here, right? I won't care what the backside looks like, so I don't have to worry about changing my bobbin thread. But yeah, we can kind of, you know, put that here. Wouldn't that be cute? You can use your batting scraps. Exactly, that's exactly what I'm doing. I just have this little square piece of batting that I pulled off the side, and that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe just glue cork on the back. I guess you could do that too. Yeah, but it would kind of stick out a little bit. Although you may want to do a little cork so that it doesn't slide around a lot, right? So yeah, that's a good idea. You could put a little bit of cork here and then you won't see it so much. So yeah, that's another idea that you can do. But I think I'm going to try the batting. Let's see how it comes out. It's not too thick of a batting. I guess you could use foam also, but I think this piece of batting will just work fine. Let's see here. We've got 2 more thread changes. So we've got this one right here. It's the black thread. And let me grab the edge here. Here we go. Do my little knot on the top. Come on, here we go. Okay, of course, grab my thread on the bottom. Let's pull that one through. And it's going to stitch out kind of like the little outline now. So this is the last stitch out of an actual design. The rest of the stitch outs will now be the circle. And then that's where we'll have to put in the back fabric, and we'll also have to change out the bobbin. You made the little bluebird last night. It's darling. Oh yeah, I have your Cardinal loaded to start after the show. Yeah, they're really cute. They have all kinds of different ones. And this is, I make 2 of each one because I'll give a set to my mom. So I started off with the Cardinal, but I did like the little bluebird. She was all puffy sitting on the nose. It looks so cute. So what I'm going to do to cut this batting out is I'm going to go ahead. I've got my template and I've got my fabric for my backing already cut out. So I'm going to use the same template here and put it on the batting. So let me put my fabric over to the side. I'm just going to pin it the same way I did before. And then I'm going to cut this out. So let me move some of this stuff I've just got everywhere. Here we go. I've got lots of projects going on, so I've got like piles of stuff on my desk here. Now I'm going to use the 28mm rotary cutter. Remember, we talked about that, using a smaller blade so that you can get around a little bit easier. Now I may lift this up just a tad. I think I want to go just a little bit underneath. I don't want it to be exactly the same size, because I want it to be a little bit smaller. Right, so I'm just going to raise it a little bit. I don't want it to come all the way out to the edges. So I'm going to raise it just a tad so that I can just be a little bit on the inside here. And I'm just kind of moving it around. I don't have a rotary mat with me, but it's just a batting, so I'm totally fine with this. And I'm just going to cut it. I'm just doing a really rough cut. Nothing major here. Just a really rough cut. All the way around. I think I'm getting towards that end. There we go. Okay. I think we've got it all. And I'll just turn it over to see. I don't want, it's kind of to the same size, just a little bit here and there. And I will take my pin off here, take off my template. Actually, you don't need the pin anymore, so let's put that away. And then I'm just going to cut it a little bit more on the edges. So I don't want the batting to kind of take over where the fabric is going to be. So I'm just trimming just like a hair of it off. And as I trim this away, if I put my fabric on top, I don't want to see any of my batting peeking out. I have just a tad right here, so I'm going to trim off just this little tiny piece here. There we go. Very little that I trimmed off, but if I put my fabric on top, I don't want my batting kind of seeping through here. So I think that will work. See that? Let's go over to the desk cam so you can see that. So now it makes it a little bit more solid, and I won't see any of the threads on the back side of this design. I won't see any of that coming through. So I think that works a little bit better. So we have this ready to go. So I'm just going to wait now for the machine to finish up the step, and then we'll be good to go. Alrighty, because I've been keeping myself busy with other projects that I'm just finishing up, and I've got to get them out to the mail because I want them to have the gifts before Christmas. So I got to get them out to the mail, so that kind of stresses me a little bit to make sure that I have them done beforehand. So we are doing the final touches on a couple of things here. So let me see where we're at on here. This is a 6-minute stitch. So it's just about done, I guess. You can see the design is starting to come together. You're seeing the snowman, the eyes, and we've got a few jump stitches here to cut off. So we'll have to do that before we go to the next step, because I don't want these jump stitches to be caught up into the next step. And then it's going to be harder to take off. Remember, this is a really open stitch, so you definitely want to be careful with that, because everything you can see right through it. So even when you're picking your fabrics on this, make sure that you don't pick something that's too wild that can be seen through. Like for this bird right here, you can see a little bit of the white peeping through because it is an open fill design. So make sure that the fabric color that you pick doesn't have anything like any kind of designs or anything that'll pop through, because it'll show through the bird here. So you want to be careful of that. Alrighty, let's see how it's coming along here. I'm gonna grab my little snips. Looks like it just finished. So let's cut some of these jump stitches because we have quite a few. All right, let's go back over to our embroidery machine. And I'm just going to go ahead and trying to do it so that I don't block the camera, but it's going to be a little difficult. I'll do the best I can. This one has quite a few jump stitches to cut. Don't forget to get the ones in between here. Okay, nope. Let's try to do it on this side. This is a really hard position for me to do this. We'll try to... I got the gist of it, and I can do some cleanup later. But I think I've got a really long one here I want to grab. And another one on this side that's kind of hiding back there. So we want to grab that one up as well. Okay. The rest of it, I think we're good. So like I said, there's the last 2 stitches. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off the machine. I'm not going to remove my project off the hoop. Okay, what I'm going to do is change my bobbin here. So I'm opening this up. I'm going to go ahead and grab my bobbin, pull that out, and I'm going to put in my black bobbin. I can grab the thread. Here it is. I'm going to go ahead and put that one in here and close up that case. We also have to change our thread color. So we'll do one last color thread change. There we go. Last one. Oh boy, this one's giving me a hard time. There we go. Okay, just cut this. It's a little too long. There we go. All righty. Now I will pull this through. There we go. And now we're ready to bring our project back in. Put that hoop back on there. Now we're ready to do our last 2 steps. Yay. Okay, I think we're ready to go. There we go. Oh, sure. Let's see. Can you guys see that? Okay. All righty. So it's doing the last 2 steps. We changed our bobbin and we have now put in, oh, you know what? I forgot to do something very important, didn't I? Where are you guys? You're supposed to be stopping me. Okay, let's stop the machine. I'm going to cut my thread. I think you guys can guess what I forgot to do. So let's go ahead and open this up. Take this black out again.
Wait, I want to see if they know what you did not do. I don't know.
What did I not do? I think they know what I did. I think they know what I did. Let's do the overhead so they can see. Let's see.
So what is it?
What did I not do? What did I not do? Change the bobbin thread? No, I changed the bobbin thread. I changed the bobbin thread and I changed it, the top thread as well because it's another color. But I forgot to put the backing on. Yeah, very important. Definitely don't want to forget that, right? We've got to turn this over and you've got the back of the hoop. And so you can do some cleanup here. And this is, you know, you can go in and cut some of these loose threads on here. Clean it up if you like. Not extremely necessary, but
Quilting with Harriet got it right.
Quilting with Harriet got it. Yeah, the backing. Exactly, Harriet. Almost forgot that backing. So I will go back to my machine and I'm going to go back a couple of steps because you can see it started that zigzag here. And that's what reinforces the fabric to the backing of the design. So I've got my batting and I have my backing. Let me just make sure I have the right side, which I do. Looks like I do. I'm going to put my backing right here. Now, they tell you to use a little bit of basting spray just to kind of get that in here. I'm going to do that. But like I said, you can just use some heat and bond if you're just doing the fabric. But since I'm doing the batting and the fabric, I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And I'm just doing a tiny to little blast just to hold it in place. That's all I'm doing right there. Now, this is kind of a lot. So remember, before it was just the fabric. Now I'm putting the batting on here. So what I may do, trying to think if I should use a little bit of painter's tape just to hold it in place. But then that's going to cause it to be ingrained and it's going to be hard to get out. So we'll have to see. If I turn this upside down, you can see it's not falling off. It's there. It's doing its thing. So you know what? I'm going to take the chance. We're going to leave it like this, see what happens. Hopefully it won't come off. I didn't do too much of the basting spray. So maybe I'll just do a couple more
Jackie
squirts.
says to tape it.
You think I should tape it, Jackie?
I would listen to Jackie. Jackie knows her stuff.
Okay, fine. We'll tape
Listen
it
to
down.
Jackie.
I did a couple little
When in
sprays
doubt,
right there.
listen to Jackie.
Okay, let's tape it. We'll get some painter's tape. So I think I have some painter's tape here in my little drawer. That's double-sided. Or did I take it out? No, here it is. Okay. Grab some painter's tape. Now remember, we're putting this painter's tape, but it's going to be in the design because it is doing that zigzag. So it's going to put a little piece. But what I'm going to do, of course, my painter's tape doesn't want to come off on me. There we go. Okay. Okay, so grab just a tad here. We'll do a little bit of painter's tape here, and I'm doing it right on that edge. It is going to come out on that zigzag. And I'll do my best to try to take it off later, but we'll see. We'll just do a little bit of tape there, there, and I'll do 2 more, 1 on each side. So now we know it won't come off.
It's some paper tape. Oh.
Paper tape probably would have been better. I don't have any. But yeah. Medical tape, I think too. Oh yeah, medical paper tape. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any. Kind of ran out. So we're going to go with the painter's tape because that's all I have on hand.
Sandy says don't tape it.
Yeah, it is going to be stuck on the stitching. Yeah, I know, Sandy. It is. I know it will be. That's why I kind of didn't want to use it because I know the zigzag's going to pick that and put it in.
Well, we're going to find out.
So I know it's going to be in there, and I'll have to use little tweezers to get those little pieces off. I tried to do as little as I could on here. Hopefully it won't be too bad. I'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, can you walk your machine by holding the stop button? Yeah, I guess
yeah.
I could do that too.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I just hate having to pick this painter's tape off. You know what?
Can't you, like, when you get to that part, stop it and take it off and then start again?
Yeah, you have to keep taking it off the hoop.
Oh,
Yeah. So, you know what, guys?
let's see.
We're gonna live a little. I'm gonna take the
That'd
tape
get
off.
crazy.
Let's get crazy. Yeah, why not? I just don't like that the painter's tape is going to come out on the stitch and it's going to drive me nuts. And I don't have the one that I would like to use. So we've already secured it with some basting spray. Let's take our
Sandy
chance.
says you will break the stitches trying to pull it out.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be really hard to take it off.
Take it off.
All right, so we've taken it off. We're living the
Take says pins.
pins. Oh yeah, we could do pins. Maybe we could pin it on the inside here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's try that.
Baker.
Baker McFake. Yay. See? Let's try pinning just the inside here. I'm going to pin it away from where I know it's going to be stitching. See if I can pin it. Just grab this on the edge. Sorry, guys. I know you can't see this, but I need to be on the edge of the table to give myself a little bit of leverage. So I pin comes back up on the other side. And it still doesn't want to come out. Let's see. Don't want to stab myself either. There we go. Okay, we've got the little pin right there. So let's just go with that. Let's see what happens. You do a few stitches with tape on, stop, cut, advanced machine. Of course. Yeah, I guess you could do that too. Then do a full stitch out. Let's just go with the pin. Let's just see what happens. Let's go crazy, huh?
He said it too.
Yeah, you know, heat and bond. Heat and bond, right? Heat and bond. You could do heat and bond too. And with the batting, I don't know, but let's just get crazy and let's see how it goes. All right, I'm gonna put this on the machine with the one pin and let's see what happens. We still have to backtrack a little bit here. So let me put this on here. Make sure I'm nice and flat on the back end here. And we'll see what happens here, guys. It's just fabric, right? We can always make another one. All right, so I went ahead and I started my zigzag stitch. So I'm gonna backtrack on my machine by just hitting the plus minus needle. And what you can do is, I know that it's at the start of the last, next to last thread, so I can back up a whole thread, say okay, and then what I can do here is I can hit the start button, see where it goes, and then I can stop it, and you can see right here, it's starting at the very first stitch. So it's going to redo that zigzag stitch, which is what I want. So I'll go ahead and let it do its thing. Hopefully, what we can do, we'll stop it once it gets a little bit in and just kind of see how it's going. So let's let it go at least halfway through to the other side of the circle. And then we'll see what happens. We'll kind of give it a stop. We did base it a little bit. I could put a couple of squirts, and we have that pin holding it together. So let's see what happens here. So far, I think it's okay. I don't see anything strange going on. So I think that this just might work. I'm going to wait for it to get up to this top area, and then I'm going to stop it. And we're almost there. Let's see. All right. Let's stop it right there. I'm going to cut the thread and take it off, and let's see what the back side looks like. Okay. Ready, guys? Ah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. You guys see that? Did pretty good. It sewed the batting as well as the fabric. It's totally fine. So I'm going to put it right back in and let it finish up. Let me make sure I don't unfold anything on the bottom. So it looks perfect. It's looking great. Okay. We'll go ahead and let it finish. Let it finish and do its thing. I think it's going to come out just fine. But you can see just from this one little step, you can do it in a million different ways. What embroidery machine do I have? I have the SC1900. The upgraded version is the SC2000, but really there's not too much of a difference between the two machines. It's just a single needle embroidery machine. But yeah, tons and tons you can do with it. Yes, embroidery is always learn as you go project. It definitely is, Sandy. Definitely is. But you can see that there's more ways to skin a cat, right? You can do the painter's tape, the medical tape, the basting spray. We've talked of all kinds of different, you don't have to use the spray, you can use the powder, right? You can do that too. Heat and bond. Hot fix adhesive is a new one now, right? So many different ways to do something. You just have to find the way that works for you. Okay, it finished doing the zigzag stitch. Now it's going to work on that satin stitch. So I'm just going to let it. That one is a 7-minute stitch. So we'll just leave it doing the satin stitch. And also you notice that when I took that hoop out and we were checking to see if it was going to work without the painter's tape, you notice that the back side of the item had dark stitches, right? Because I put in the black bobbin on here. And if you forget to change the bobbin, your back's going to be white on here. So yeah. So, you know, there's so many different ways that you can do things. I know I'm not perfect at any of this, guys. Everybody here, you guys probably have some good experience as well. We've got experienced people. We've got beginners on here. We've got talented people all across the board. And there's just so many different ways that you can make these projects. So, you know, try it out. And just remember that any one design that you buy, you don't have to use it for just that one thing that they show you how to do. Like, in other words, these are coasters, right? You don't have to just do coasters. You can do pockets. You can not put the rim on it, do all kinds of designs and different things. And that's what makes us really creative. So don't be afraid to kind of take that chance to do something different. And just thank you guys. I mean, I love having you guys with me and being a part of my journey. So I love it. Heather says, I would so drop this into Embrilliant and update the design. Definitely, yeah. and you can do a placement and tack down and trim like, you know what you could do, and I was kind of thinking about this last night. If I took my, let me take my little design board here, right? You can do, let's say, a placemat, right? Let's pretend this is a placemat here. And I would not stitch out the circle and maybe put on the sides of the placemats, on the little corners, you can have them kind of peeking in and kind of looking out this way. And then you can put a really beautiful script font and write a beautiful message right here, happy holidays or something like that, really beautiful message. You can put this and frame it like that too, right? And you can do all kinds of border designs as well that they sell out there. I mean, my God, there's so many things. Does your machine have camera scanner? No, I wish. I so wish. No, it's not like the Luminaire that has all the bells and whistles. This is a pretty much basic kind of, I guess, starter like embroidery machine. It has the biggest hoop size is a 5x7, but it also has the repositional hoop that's that one's a 5x12. So that's the biggest issue. I have tons of hoop envy, especially when I see all kinds of projects that I just really wish I could make bigger. So yeah, I am working towards getting a bigger machine with bigger hoops, because yeah, it's just, this hoop size just doesn't do it for me anymore. You know, so if you're looking, if you are looking to purchase an embroidery machine, my advice to you would be to look at your budget and get the largest hoop that you can get for your machine, because yeah, you're gonna so want bigger hoops after this. Heather says, I may purchase the design just to have the birds to use on other projects. They are so well done. Yeah, the birds are adorable. And there's another one that's a bluebird. It's really puffy, kind of like this. It's so cute. There's all kinds of different ones. So many different ones. It's really neat. I bought the set. The set was about $7, something like that, for the whole set of all the different birds on it. Or if you just want the one design, I think they were like $2 or $2 something on the site. But yeah, really, really nice. Let's see, these designs are adorable. Yeah, they would look great on a kitchen towel. Yes. Yes. But can you see this kind of like without the circle around it, kind of like on the corner, and then with a really beautiful script font on here, you can put a really nice message right here. And that would make a beautiful placemat, or you can just frame it and you can kind of use this as decor. Wouldn't that be gorgeous? Yeah. If you're into birds, you know, this is the design. Yeah. Your snowbirds are going in a quilt. Oh, you did not stitch out the circle. Okay. And did not put the backing on. I did use the design center to have the head go into your binding. Oh, yes. You extended the outline. Very nice. Yes, that's a great way to use it. And then, you know, some people just want the bird. So you can kind of figure out a way to eliminate the nose somewhat if you have embrilliance, you know, or if you just want the snowman, you can do that in embrilliance as well, you know. Where did I find the design? This is Embroidery Library. They were having a sale. I believe it's still going on some of their designs, and this was one of the ones that they have. Yeah, beautiful ornament for the Christmas tree. Definitely. You can do a whole bunch of these with all the different birds and kind of put them on the tree. You can also punch a little hole on this, and you can do like a little banner and just make a bunch of them, and then the word Merry Christmas in the middle, right? It's just, gosh, you can do this as a gift tag. You know, if you want to add this to a gift underneath the bow, you can do something like that. Put it as a gift tag here. Just pop a little hole here with some ribbon. That would be really cute. You know, it's just, God, so many things. I mean, you can go on and on and on with the little things that you can do here. I'm really excited to see how the batting looks behind it, because I wasn't too crazy about this, and I thought it was kind of a little flimsy of it just being so plain. Mariana says, I love using decorative napkins in the bread basket with the corners sticking out. Yeah, yeah, and you can do some freestanding lace for the corners as well. They have some beautiful designs for freestanding lace where you can use on the corner on your napkins. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous, gorgeous. The cut lace embroidery that you can do, you would have to cut your fabric and it would have the lace coming out on the bottom. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Really, really nice. So let's see here. It is just about done. So let me, no, it's almost done. So let me wait. I'll wait for that. And then I'm going to show you kind of some manual in quilting that I've been doing on one of our projects that we did. If you guys remember the curved tree that we did, I haven't had time to get it quilted or anything like that. And then I decided, you know, I'm just going to give it a whirl myself and just try to quilt it myself. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Looks like our design just finished. So let's go grab that. Okay. Let's go over to our machine here. It says it finished embroidering. I'll hit OK. Go ahead and raise that presser foot and grab that hoop. Pulling that out. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Okay, let's take out the pin. I don't want to stick myself there. Yeah, you know, I like it so much better with the batting. So much better. Let me show you guys. Can you see that? You can't see any of the threads or anything from the other side. And let's look at the back. There's some threads I have to kind of trim off. Have a little issue here. Not sure what that was. It looks like it fixed itself. So I'll have to snip a couple of threads here. But see that back end? Can't see any of the threads from the back of the design like you can here. See that? Yeah. I like it better with the batting. So much better. Let's see here. Okay, let me go ahead and grab my snips.
That was a great idea by Faker McFake with the pin.
Yeah, great idea with the pin. Thank you, Faker McFake. Yay. So I'm going to go ahead and trim. Let me see if there's anything. I have a little one here to trim off. If I can grab this little thread. Doesn't want to trim off, but you know what? It grabs it, and what I can grab is my other scissors. Sometimes you got to get a little surgical with these little threads that sometimes just don't want to come off. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I ended up getting it. Okay, and let me flip it over. A couple here to grab. And a couple here. Okay. And so now, oh, I missed a couple. There we go. Okay, so now, because we use tearaway stabilizer, I'm just going to push down on it slightly, and it'll just pop right out. You can see that. I didn't even take it off the hoop. I'm just popping it right from there. See, so it came off really easy. Nice clean circle. And there we go. We've got our little coaster. And yeah, the batting, oh my gosh, what a difference. I love it with the batting. Yeah, looks great, right guys? I love it with the batting. So much better than the first one. See, so you've got to make them multiple times because every time you try something new. Now, there's something here that you have. See all these little tiny threads here sticking out here? That's the tearaway stabilizer. So you can go around with your little snips and just snip that off if you wanted to. That's one way to do it, right? Or you can just grab a little lighter and just go around with it and burn it off. Or I use a thread burner. So this is one, you can just pick these up on Amazon. They don't cost very much. I don't like to use lighters. They make me really nervous. Lighters make me nervous. So I have a little thread burner that I use, and it's real simple. This is what it looks like when you take it out. And all it is this little tiny triangle. See that little triangle on the edge here, right on the tip? When I press this button, it gets really hot and it'll just burn it off. And so I'll do that and I'll just press the button here. This thing will light up. This starts to heat up and it basically heats up like instantly. And then you can just start burning off the edges here. So let's see here. I'll just turn it on here. I kind of angle this right on the edge here. And I just go around. See how it kind of turned on there? And so then I just kind of go around and just make sure right around the edge. And you see that little thread? It'll burn it off. And just hold it there. It'll burn that little edge off. Oh, sorry. You guys didn't see that? Let's see. There we go. It'll just burn that little thread right here. Trying to get that one little thread off. I just burn it off here. And I just kind of go through it. I don't stay in any one spot too long because it gets pretty hot really fast. So you don't want to stay on too long, and then you can just pull it once it burns off. This one's being stubborn here. Of course, I want to hold it. I need another hand. There we go.
Here you go, honey.
You need you're going to give me a hand? Ha ha ha. There it goes. It burnt off there. And so I'm just going to go around getting all these little threads. What it does is just kind of relaxes those threads a little bit. But you don't want to hold it too long because you don't want to burn your threads, right? You just want to take off that little bit of a fuzz. So you just go on, and I'll go around it a couple of times just to get rid of that fuzz. And I do it really quickly because I don't want to burn the thread, right? I just want to relax that edge, get rid of that tearaway stabilizer. And so that's what I do. See, it takes off these threads right here. And that's it. So just it does a little bit of a cleanup. Nothing, you know, too horrible here. And I'll go around it a couple more times. Look, got one thread right here that needs to be trimmed. But then once I do that, I'm all done, right? Comes out really cute. Oh, you guys can't see that. There we go. Really, really cute. So I think it's adorable. Use it for all kinds of things. I have the batting. I think the batting makes a big difference. See how it's a little bit less, first one was really flimsy. This one's a little bit more solid. It still's got the flexibility that you want, but it's a little more solid, I think. I like it much better with the batting. So that's what we did here. Now let me just quickly show you guys. I'm going to move this over to the side because I want to quickly show you what other projects I've been working on, just quilting wise. So like I said, what?
Just some other ideas were fabric markers.
Oh, okay.
That's what Georgette said.
Okay, so Georgette said we could use fabric markers. Yeah, I guess we have a couple more ideas out here. You could use woven wash away on the edges and have rinsed it off. Yeah, definitely. That's a good one, Celia. You have pink thread burner that I've never used. You might give it a whirl. Yeah, they're pretty good. You just don't hold it for too long in any one place because it'll break the threads that you don't want to come off. You use a black Sharpie on the edges. You can do that too, definitely. Let's see. Any other ideas on here? Use a permanent marker. Yeah, you can definitely take, you definitely want to use a permanent one. So this one's like a black Sharpie. I can take that and just go around the edges. But the burner is really just, see if I just go around here, you just darken those edges. But if with the burner, it's really to get rid of just those straggler threads. Like I said, that's just really a cleanup one that I'll just do. But you can do this with the Sharpie. Get rid of all of these here. And it'll darken it really quickly. And that'll work. Yep. There you go. And you just continue to go all the way around till you get to the other side. So that's one thing that you can do. Get rid of that. And you're not going to have too much of it, so it'll be fine. See that? Looks great. Okay, so let me just show you this real quick because I know we only got about 5 minutes left. Let me pull this out. So yeah, my son gave me his Christmas gift. I mean, his Christmas list. Yeah, see, yeah, let's do that. We've got 2 things on the list. That's about it. Yeah, he handwrites his letters to Santa every year. Yeah, he still does. Let's put it on the desk cam real quick. They can see him. Yeah, Herman gave me his list. Yeah, dear Santa, he wants something for Christmas. And he lists several things on the list. So yeah, still got to kind of go through that. Yeah. We'll see about that one. Okay, Santa may be on a budget this year, so we'll have to see, because these games out there are just ridiculous on the prices.
They want $80 for a game now.
Yeah, I know. $80 for a video game. You know how much thread I can buy with that? Okay. All right. So I have this here. If you guys remember, we embroidered the word Happy Holidays. If I can get this thing open. I had it all folded up. So somewhere on here is the top. We embroidered the word Happy Holidays up on the corner. And so if you remember, we have this. And so we made these with our curved ruler, if you remember that. And so I wanted to kind of quilt it, but I didn't want to quilt the tree. So I just took it to my sewing machine, guys. This is something that anyone with any sewing machine can do. I would recommend you use a walking foot, or me, with me and Miss Molly, I didn't have to use a walking foot. I have the Janome machine here, and I went ahead, and let's put it on the desk cam so they could just see what I did here on the side. All I did was just using the foot, I just did 1/4 inch lines going across at an angle. And so you'll see here, here's a little star. Can you see the star? Yeah. So here's a star. I started doing this half of it first, where you can see all the quilting lines just coming through this way. And so I'm just going to quilt it that way by just doing lines all the way across. So I'm almost done with one side of the tree, and then I'm going to come back over to the top here and start going across this way. I have to be a little careful when it comes to where the font is, where the words are here. I want to be careful with how I quilt this. I'm probably just going to leave the letters alone and just go right around it and do some quilting around it here. But I think it's coming out really nice. I love the way the quilting is coming out on this. So it's just straight lines. That's all it is. Now, can I go back and do a diamond? Definitely, I can go back and do lines going this way, and it'll be little diamonds all the way around. So you can do that too. But I think I'm just going to stick with the straight because I have to get this out the door. So I've got this that I did just with my machine. Some machines will require a walking foot. I know if I was using my brother HC 1850, there's definitely, I would have to use my walking foot because it wouldn't be able to take this thickness. But with my Janome, I didn't even have to do it. She's just such a little workhorse, man. She's amazing. I was able to just quilt this, no walking foot, and it went through just fine. So I'm just doing the lines on here, going all the way down, and I'm towards the end of this. And so let's show this side of the camera so they can see it on both sides. So you can see here's my quilted side. I think you can see that a little bit, and then this side still needs to be quilted. So it's getting there. It's getting there, but it's a lot because there's a lot of lines. So how you can do this is just using a marking pen. You can draw the lines with a fabric marker, right? And then as you go, just kind of with your iron, the lines will disappear. I started to do that in the beginning, and then I said, I'm just going to use the foot of my machine and continue to line up the 1/4 inch and just kind of go that way. And that's what I've been doing. So I just kind of went all the way down. And so that's what it looks like. On the back end, they're just looking like lines, but it's just such a busy pattern, you can barely see the lines. But I think it's totally fine. I think it's just going to come out really, really nice when it's all done. But yeah, once I'm done with that, then I'll be able to do the binding on here. So yeah. Okay, awesome. So guys, that is everything that I'm done up to date, and I'm going to continue to kind of do some more projects as we work along the timeline of what we have left before Christmas. So I'm sure you guys got some projects to get done. I have to rush off to get to work. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I appreciate all of your support. And remember to post some pictures in Facebook so we can see what you guys are working on. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I hope to be crafting with you soon. Bye, everyone.
So long for now, so long. Glad you stayed a while. Hope you liked my crafting style. Hope I left you with a smile. By now, keep your mind and space clutter-free. Hope your day is bright as can be. So long, my friends, till we craft once again. Bye now, stay crafting. See you tomorrow. So long, my friends, till we craft once again.